Hello, everyone. My name is Mpoomy Ledwaba, and I'm the founder of Wisdom and Wellness, as well as a proud mother and ambassador of Made Shield Mom. I actually just finished recording a podcast with my husband where we were talking about Valentine's Day. We had a lot of people send in some questions asking us, do we believe in it? What should one get? And in the beauty of Valentine's Day, I realized something, and this is what Made Shield also stands for. In as much as we love the gestures and we love the big things, we also believe in nurturing our hearts and also setting the example for our children. And sometimes it's not always in the grand and big things. So I've got a few things that we can look into doing, or a few ways we can show love, teach love to our little ones without it being always about big and massive gifts. So let's get into them. Like I said, it's very important that we show our children that love is not always about grand gestures. I mean, if you have kids, you know that they're always asking, what are we getting? What are we getting? Which is fine and it's great and it's beautiful to get our children things. But it's important to also show them that love is through moments. It's through bonding. It's through sharing walks together. And it's also in the everyday acts, such as a hug, a kiss. I always mention this and I'll continue to mention it, that every night before we go to bed, my kids ask for something called 5 minutes, where my husband and I literally just get in bed with them and give them 5 minutes of individual attention. That you can just see on their faces that it's better than any gift we could ever give them. So a hug, a kiss, make it a norm in your home. And secondly, we can demonstrate teamwork with your partner within the household. Sometimes kids can be exposed to just one party in the house carrying the load or doing most of the work, doing all the cooking. But personally, we have nights, we have goals where my husband and I both commit to making dinner. And you can see the kids get so excited or feel safe within that space where they see mom and dad helping each other, mom and dad working together towards a team, mom and dad setting the table together to have dinner as a family. Then coming to emphasizing the importance of taking care of each other's well-being and keeping our space a clutter-free space in terms of our minds and in terms of our bodies. Every day, our children get to see us go for a run, go to the gym, take care of ourselves. We've even started having conversation about what therapy is. And although they might not fully understand it, the other day, my husband came home and my daughter asked where he went, and he explained that he was at therapy. And they sat down and had a whole conversation about what therapy is, obviously in a language that they can understand. But we are modeling that sometimes love, in fact, the greatest love is taking care of yourself, your well-being, your mental health for the people you love and live with. And this I find really important, the interaction that we have with our partners. They show the value and the respect that we have for one another. Some things you don't have to say, you simply have to show. Our kids should see us be affectionate with one another because that is where they learn affection. And lastly, a very hard one for a lot of us, especially if you're older, part of the older generation, but allowing a safe space for emotions to be expressed. We grew up in a time where if you cried, you were told to don't cry, crying is for babies or crying is not for boys. But we know now that we have to shift that and we have to allow a space where children's emotions can flow. And it starts with us. I've gotten to a point where I tell my kids, Mommy is having a bad day. I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling excited, or this has hurt my feelings. My kids have even seen me cry. Sometimes it's uncomfortable and sometimes I don't want them to be making a noise, but we need to create environments where expressions and emotions can flow freely. And to be honest, it's really in the everyday moments where the magic happens. It's in how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, how we celebrate each other, and how we listen to each other. So yes, the questions were great and we laughed and we spoke about Valentine's Day, but the best thing is listening to your loved ones and knowing what their needs are. Personally, my love language is quality time. So a gift may be nice, it may be a nice gesture, but what's more important to me is quality time. And so I think even in this month of love, let's explore, what is your child's love language? What is your partner's love language? And let's look into knowing those before we go all big and all out, even though there's nothing wrong with a bunch of roses. I'm Mpoomy Ledwaba, a proud Made Shield mom, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And most importantly, happy Valentine's Day, happy love month to you and your family.